Do it.
All right. Good morning. Good morning, guys.
What's up?
This is Shelter in Place, episode 1. That's what we're going to call this. Today is the first day, I think, for all three of us that our states have mandated shelter in place. Is that correct, guys?
Mm-hmm.
And we just wanted to get together this morning and talk about the changes that we've seen in the business that we directly work in over the last few weeks. So, Coulter, you want to kick us off?
Sure. So Denver real estate is still taking place. Last night, real estate was deemed essential. So outside of, non-essential nail salon, elective surgeries, things like that, real estate can still operate. I just wanted to give some stats here over the last couple days. These are directly from the MLS, RE Colorado. Over the last 2 days, so up until Monday morning at midnight, 189 new homes have been listed on the market, and that is ranging from 1.75 million all the way down to 175,000. What I've seen over the last week or so is that the price points really above 2 million and up are affected hardest, but in all reality, that's also the price point with the least amount of inventory and the smallest buyer pool. So not totally shocking. When you go into pending sales, so sales that have gone under contract, again, since Monday, yesterday, the 23rd of March, 2020, 151 new homes under contract in that, about 36-hour period. That price point range is 160,000 all the way up to 1.5 million. Again, so not a lot happening above that, high 1.x or, above 2 million. And then closed homes, 94 closed homes, which is right around average for a 24-hour period, maybe a little lower. Typically when I'm looking at the market, just around 100, maybe like 125 homes will close in any 24-hour period. Then the price range we have on that, $52,000 all the way up to 2.3 million. So again, the market has not slowed down to a halt. We've certainly seen things change, but in terms of real estate transactions, they're still happening and they're going to continue to happen, throughout this process, however long that might be. Another interesting stat in terms of just showings in general, we saw about a 50% decrease over the last few days. So, and I'll try to pull that stat up quick. I do remember that it was about 50%, but Saturdays. So Sundays for the year of 2020, averaging probably about 4,000 showings per day, per Sunday. Sunday, March 22nd, we saw about 2,500 showings. So a drop of about 40%. Things are still happening again. It's just at a different rate. And, depending on how things play out, I think we'll just have to wait and see how those numbers continue to progress or decline.
How much have you or your colleagues talked about, or how popular is virtual tours of homes?
So there's a lot of talk about virtual open houses, virtual showings. That was already a thing. Not extremely popular, or not everyone was doing it. It's certainly something that we're going to see moving forward. Now, if that continues, once a vaccine or something happens, we'll have to wait and see. There's still the face-to-face, voice-to-voice aspect of real estate and sales, which I'm sure Stanky will, would agree with, that you can't make virtual. It's
Right.
It's not a vacuum cleaner. It's not even, even used cars or cars in general. I think there's still going to be that face-to-face, person-to-person, voice-to-voice aspect that prevails. I don't know if that's the best word, but a lot of unknowns, new information coming out by the minute, and I'm looking at things closely in terms of real estate and the number of transactions and number of actives and number of pending contracts.
Are there open houses going on right now?
No. We officially suspended open houses probably like Friday or Saturday. The last open house I did was Sunday the 15th, I think it would have been.
Yeah.
Solid amount of traffic, but again, that was kind of right on the front end of things becoming very real, at least in Denver.
Yeah. I'd say the 15th was quite the tipping point.
Yeah.
For us.
16th on Monday was when restaurants shut for dine-in. They started doing takeout and delivery. But yeah, the last week has certainly been uncharted waters, unprecedented shifts from my perspective, at least.
Awesome. Well, fun to talk about, maybe not so awesome.
Yeah, interesting. The numbers don't lie.
All right, was there anything that you missed there that you wanted to let us know?
No, I was, again, that's information directly from our MLS system. Those numbers are as accurate as you're going to get. But yeah.
How long is Denver supposed to be shut down for? Or Colorado?
April 10th, with the option to extend depending on how things play out.
Yeah.
So shelter in place, grocery store, medical, pharmacy stuff, all allowed. They did initially plan to shut down liquor stores and marijuana stores, but after lines started forming, they changed their tune on that. So those businesses will stay open after 5 today, but the official order is 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, March 24th, 2020.
Do you have any clients in the pipeline that are going to be affected by?
I talked to one of my buyers yesterday. He was communicating with the lender that he's working with. He said he's looking, and he's been pretty good at, prior to, a week ago, letting me know if he sees something that he wants to go look at. I have other buyers that were affected because of their job and not getting paid in this period. So, they still have a job, but, their income currently is not happening. So they pushed it off. And then Westline Village, the townhouse development that I'm working at, we have closings that are happening. We had a couple yesterday, and that's new construction, so it's a little different. People have been waiting, months, weeks to get moved in, so they've had a little more time to prepare. But yeah, things are still happening. It's just at a different rate, and with the all the variables that need to kind of fall into place and the dust settle, the unknowns that are out there, it's just going to take a while before we know more, unfortunately.
Let's talk about the archery industry.
The outdoor industry. We'll call it outdoor industry.
Outdoor industry.
Yeah, because
So once people buy all the guns, are they going to shift to buying all the bows?
depends on location, I would say. California is apparently going crossbow crazy right now. I don't foresee that happening in the Midwest as much. Uh, Outdoor sporting goods stores are being deemed, if they sell firearms, are being deemed essential business. I'm guessing to protect the Second Amendment right, depending on which state you're in. So Missouri and I know Louisiana and a few other states are calling firearms industry still essential businesses. So for a true sporting goods store or archery/gun store, those stores are doing well and their business is booming as far as the firearm perspective goes. But archery's about flat on its face here. I would say that we're seeing 80 to 85% drop in sales across the board from talking to our sales reps. Looking at my own sales perspective, I still have some deals in the pipeline that are going to probably pad me for a little bit, but just the volume of calls and the volume of people that are closing their stores completely are going to affect sales. I've talked to probably half a dozen accounts that are pretty much a call before ship or holding all orders until they know what the future of their business is. So they're not willing to spend money if there's not money coming in, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I've got a lot of product in the pipeline that needs to ship for me to get paid, but nothing's going to happen at this rate right now. So I don't know. Wish I was selling firearms right now. That's for sure. They can't get enough of it. I've talked to small mom and pop shops that are not substantial firearms dealers that have sold 20 grand worth of ammunition and guns in a day on a Saturday. You know?
Wow.
Some of our sales reps' wives are getting laid off from their jobs or fired, taking pay cuts, anything from flight attendants to restaurant workers. One of our sales reps, his wife worked for a James Beard award-winning restaurant. Their overhead cost was 25 grand a month. And once they found out about coronavirus, they just shut down the whole restaurant immediately. So it closed indefinitely. Don't even know if they're going to open it back up.
Yeah. Man, restaurants and service industry is like just I can't even think of a word to describe it.
Yeah. Every industry across the board is going to be affected in one way or another.
Yeah.
I don't even know what my feelings are about it, quite honestly, because half of me thinks it's a overreaction, but half of me is like, okay, if this thing is half of what everybody thinks it is in the medical field, that we should be taking some precautions on it.
Yeah. There's just a lot of unknowns, right? I mean, it's new. No one's seen this.
A lot of speculation and a lot of opinions going across the board. Well, you guys know Rachel, my wife, works in the medical field, and her speculation is here, and I'm over here. And I do this to her every day. I'm like, let's come somewhere in the middle here, because I like to think that, okay, we're all overreacting. She thinks that we're all underreacting. So somewhere in the middle is probably where it needs to be at, right?
Yeah.
Well, either way, we're in the most serious pandemic since modern medicine. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's by far the most deaths already.
Of all the things that I could stop that would stop our economy from going the way it was going in a growing trend in the marketplace growing, I would not think global pandemic would have been one of them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Completely agree.
You can park and give some insight of his perspective, because it's completely different than Jason's and my perspective of what's going on.
Yeah.
Bart, what's happening in pizza?
Well, so far, if you have food and can deliver it, you're doing pretty well. And in some cases, there's big winners here. I just read on Nation's Restaurant News this morning that Papa John's and Domino's are hiring 10,000 and 20,000, employees immediately just to keep up with the growing demand.
Mm-hmm.
And, I would say that our business was pretty normal until the 15th. The 15th was kind of a breaking point where things started to shift a little bit. On Tuesday, the 17th, so St. Patrick's Day is when our bars and restaurants in Wisconsin, the sit-down places closed at 5 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And then our business pretty much went off for 3 days. It was very busy, but more busy during the daytime, so lunch and dinner, and less busy, like if you're like a historical toppers eater, you probably had some topper sticks late at night after a good night out, but it's just, the bars are closed. So that's not where our business is at. So basically it's almost all shifted to during the day, and dinner. And so it was really busy until Friday, the 20th, basically. And then Saturday and Sunday, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, it slowed a bit. Now, during that time, because of the shift in business, we're closing our restaurants 3 to 4 hours earlier than typical each day.
Mm-hmm.
So we're losing 30% of our sales right there. But because of the shift, we're getting some of that back. So actually our sales last week were only down 1% versus the previous year, which is amazing in business for last week.
Yeah.
But it's a major shift. It's definitely difficult because we have a lot of team members that are in and out sick, and we have to be so world class at making sure that our people are healthy and keeping our restaurants clean. It's really a lot of it's just a lot of moving pieces and a lot to manage, because you might have a few people who are sick in one store, and then you got to take people from another store and get them over there to work, maybe on like an hour notice.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, thank goodness we have that challenge and can be open and can pay our people who are healthy, because, as you said, Craig, there's a lot of restaurants that just have had to shut down completely.
Yeah.
And, so it's this big push and pull, because people are so scared right now, yet they also need money to survive. Their bills aren't going to stop,
Yeah.
So they're coming to work because they need to pay their bills. Pizza delivery is an essential service. I've always thought pizza was essential, but now it's proven it's a essential part of the food chain.
What's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen starting today from a lock in place order to moving forward to the next week? What do you and the leaders at Toppers think is going to happen? You think you're going to increase, decrease, remain flat?
Yesterday was a pretty good day. We actually were right on what I projected us to be on for our new closing time. We're focused on 3 things. It's world-class sanitation, And we're basically scheduling an extra person to do this sanitation checklist, you know, constantly wiping down, you know, credit card readers, phones, computer screens, just anything that anybody touches. So world-class sanitation, no contact delivery, and curbside pickup, which are all, you know, curbside pickup and no contact delivery are things that we haven't done. So we had to create a tech solution to be able to do that seamlessly, where it could actually be no contact, you know, which is done. And our people have to be trained. You know, they need to tweak how they're working to accommodate that. We're also doing, I'm getting around to the answer here. We're also doing something really awesome from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. every day. We're giving away small pizzas. And the reason we're doing this is we know there's a lot of people out there who have fallen on hard times and are going to have, you know, trouble just making it through this. And, you know, especially people with kids who are at home now, you know, they were provided school lunches. Now, you know, that's a new thing that families have to pay for. They need to provide that lunch. So every day from 11 to 1, we're giving away free small pizzas at our locations. And it's been unreal. I mean, we've had people coming in crying because they didn't know how they were going to feed their kids. And, you know, that there's really no better feeling than that when that's happened several times in our restaurants. So, you know, I believe that as long as people feel safe ordering our food, we should do pretty well in this and stay sustainable. And, you know, if shit really hits the fan and we have like a whole store get sick, then, you know, it might be tough, because obviously we can't have anybody working. And, you know, if we get really thin on people, but there's also a lot of people out there who are coming to us who have been laid off from jobs that they had, and they want to come back and work for Toppers. And a lot of other people as well are applying. So, you know, that's a whole new challenge. How do you, you know, make the choice to bring people on when you're like, you know, the only way you want to bring people on is if you're going to have some people sick, you know, because like you want to make sure that you give hours to the people that you have. So it's like this back and forth. And also you don't know the people from the outside, you know, so you got to make sure that they're not sick before they come into your restaurant and do an interview, you know, stay, you know, at a safe distance. I don't think you can really make a good judgment on hiring somebody if you don't have some kind of face-to-face interview. So, you know, that's the last thing you want to do is hire some toxic person in this environment who's going to drag down your, you know, the morale of your team. So
yeah, any environment. Awesome. Thanks for the update.
Any questions?
No questions. Nope. I was going to try to guide you into the promotion stuff that you guys are doing, but you eventually wrapped yourself around to there.
No, that's awesome.
All right, I was waiting for it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to ask the question, what special promotions are you guys doing to drive business in? And just listening to you, Par, I think you need to pick up this thing right here and go do a live feed in a store and go show somebody cleaning and talk about the promotion that you're doing of free pizzas for people that are in need.
I love it.
And you or one of your leaders, because you're in every store, go do that as your promotion on Facebook. Don't just run like a commercial. Do an actual human interaction, because that's what people are dying for right now, is human interaction when we're all locked up.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're doing Zoom meetings. That's why I'm FaceTiming my family every day. That's why my wife's FaceTiming her family every day. People just want to make sure everybody's doing well. So if you go show that human interaction of, look at Becky or Billy or whoever is cleaning, I'm cleaning, I'm doing a video about our store. We're doing this promotion. Like, let's run with it and do that live feed. Like just a quick video of it with your phone.
Yeah.
The uncut video seems to
no editing
now than the edited stuff.
Well, the editing is hopefully being done right now, you know, sanitizing the place before I get there.
Well, I'm just
now and every freaking minute until I get there today.
I think every one of your topper stores, if they got a Facebook page or they got an Instagram page, they need to do that video. Hey, look at, we're sanitizing this. We're doing this. We got curbside pickup. We're doing a 2-hour promotion in the middle of the afternoon. If you have been affected by coronavirus, come get a free pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we had more of a decent day yesterday because, you know, we saw how slow it was at like 4:00 and we decided to do a boosted Facebook post in the Madison area, just telling people that we were open, you know, because Evers put out the announcement yesterday that it was going to be shelter in place today, Governor Evers. You know, and I immediately got 6 calls from team members asking if we were going to still be open. So, you know, I think that's one of the things is you just got to let people know that you're open and ready to serve them, and, you know, tying in the good things that you're doing for the community and how you're staying safe. I mean, I love that.
Yeah.
We're going to do that.
Do it.
I like it.
Awesome.
All right.
How are you guys staying safe today?
I'm going to go for a little run. And then that's about all I got on the agenda. Maybe clean up around the house a little bit more. Picked up coloring. So that's my one of my activities. It's nice and soothing.
Maybe we should preface the conversation. Podcast 2 or Zoom meeting 2 tomorrow is going to be about other things we're doing to keep ourselves busy and moving our lives forward.
Yes. Yeah, let's do that tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's episode is quarantine goals.
Quarantine goals. All right, guys. Have a good day out there.
I like it.
All right. Bye-bye.